the hunter's son. Amari was born to hunt. His father, the greatest hunter the village had ever known, taught him everything. From the time Amari could walk, he carried a spear. He stalked rabbits through the tall grass. He learned to track gazelle across the savannah. His aim was true, his heart was fearless. Amari longed for the day he could join the village hunt. He wanted to prove himself. He yearned for the respect of the elders. Most of all, he dreamed of the day he would bring down a lion. A lion's skin was the mark of a true warrior. The whispering grass. The African sun beat down on Amari's back. He was ready. His spear, tipped with polished obsidian, glinted in the sunlight. He carried a quiver of arrows, their feathers a vibrant splash of colour. A hunting knife hung at his side. The air was thick with the scent of dust and dry grass. The jungle stretched before him, a wall of emerald green. The wind whispered through the leaves, carrying the sounds of the wild. This was Amari's day. He would return a hero. The hunt begins. Amari moved silently through the undergrowth. Sunbeams pierced the canopy, dappling the jungle floor. His eyes scanned the shadows, alert for any movement. The jungle was alive with sound. Birds called, insects buzzed, monkeys chattered from the treetops. He moved with the grace of a panther. Every sense was on high alert. He followed a game trail, his bare feet moving silently over the packed earth. The thrill of the hunt coursed through him. He was in his element. Ooh. A shadow in the sun. The day wore on. Amari had tracked a small herd of antelope for hours. He was about to make his move when a flicker of movement caught his eye. A shadow larger than any he'd seen before moved through the trees. A low growl rumbled through the jungle. Amari froze. He knew that sound. It sent a shiver down his spine. A lion. The lion's roar. The lion stepped into a sunlit clearing. It was massive. Its mane, a thick tangle of golden fur, framed a face of terrifying beauty. Its amber eyes, cold and calculating, fixed on Amari. A roar, deep and primal, echoed through the jungle. The sound seemed to shake the very earth. Amari stood his ground. Fear threatened to overwhelm him, but he fought it back. He had to be brave. He had to be strong. Claws and teeth. The lion charged. It moved with astonishing speed, a blur of muscle and fury. Amari reacted instantly. He leapt to the side, narrowly avoiding the lion's deadly claws. The beast crashed through the undergrowth, frustrated. Amari scrambled back to his feet. He knew this was a fight he might not survive, but he wouldn't go down without a fight. He gripped his spear tightly, its smooth surface suddenly slick with sweat. He had to be smart. He had to be quick. A warrior's spirit. The battle raged. The lion attacked again and again, its roars shaking the jungle. Amari dodged and weaved, using his agility to stay one step ahead. He parried the lion's blows with his spear, the wood groaning under the force of the impacts. Each near miss fueled Amari's determination. He would not be defeated. He felt a surge of strength, the strength of his ancestors flowing through him. He was the hunter now. The killing blow. The lion lunged again, its jaws open wide, revealing rows of razor-sharp teeth. Amari saw his chance. As the lion lunged, he thrust his spear upward with all his might. The spearhead found its mark, piercing the lion's chest. The lion roared one last time, a sound of pain and disbelief. It stumbled, its massive body collapsing to the ground with a thud. The jungle fell silent, the only sound the beating of Amari's heart. Return of the victor. Amari stood over the fallen lion, his chest heaving. He had done it. He had slain the king of the jungle. He felt a surge of triumph, mixed with a strange sadness. The lion had been a fearsome opponent, but it was also a creature of magnificent power. He gathered himself and began the long walk back to the village, dragging the lion's carcass behind him. He didn't need to announce his victory. The news traveled ahead of him, carried on the wind. Legend of the Lionheart. Amari returned to the village a hero. He was greeted with cheers and songs. The elders praised his courage. The women prepared a feast in his honor. He had faced his fear and emerged victorious. From that day forward, Amari was known throughout the land as Lionheart. He had earned his place among the greatest hunters. But more importantly, he had learned the true meaning of courage. It wasn't the absence of fear, but the will to overcome it. And that was a lesson he would carry with him for the rest of his days.